All right, guys, welcome back. Turn 56. Now, as you can see, my game just took the turn for the AI. That's kind of what that means when you have that hang up at the beginning. Unfortunately, I have some bad news, guys. My opponent, this is AOWe, but I have kicked him from the game. It's actually been 2 weeks I've been holding off on making this video, coming back to the game. But in short, the opposing player was caught cheating. If you don't know what that means in this game, basically in all the games on this channel, we play with Iron Man mode. The reason why is because you can essentially save scum. You can save scum in this game by force crashing your game. And what that means is like restarting your turn. You're not allowed to restart your turn. Iron Man mode, all that does is it keeps a track of, if the player has restarted his or her turn. And that's exactly what happened. In the lobby, it showed up on the previous turn that my opponent had restarted. So just to summarize what happened exactly, I give the benefit of the doubt to all players, right? It's possible that his game actually crashed. What actually makes it worse in this case is that if you've been following the game at all, this game, my game actually crashed twice this game, through no fault of my own. It's not like I'm cheating, and this is what I mean by giving players the benefit of the doubt. When I saw this turn restarted from him, I sent him a message asking, okay, it looks like maybe your game crashed or something. We need to revert the turn, and then set the timer to 1 day and let the turn skip. This is how we handle it in these games. It's the only way to ensure integrity in these games. But there has to be some kind of, a consequence to cheaters if they restart the turn. And this is the consequence. To make it right, the turn will be skipped. The onus in this game is on all of us players to do our best to make sure that our game does not crash by accident. Anyways, sent him this message, and I got no response from him, and then he just retook the turn again. So then I sent him another message thinking maybe he didn't see it, maybe he's confused. You're just reiterating that you're not allowed, it's forbidden to restart a turn in Iron Man. No response again, and then he just retook the turn again. So that's like 3 times now. At that point, I said, this is exactly what I said. I said, if you can't handle it, you need to go play Minecraft or something. You need to go play Minecraft because it's not, cheating. This is not tolerated in these games. I do make it my mission to ensure a fair game for all players who play or participate in these games. And, what do you know? No response, and then he retook the turn again. In my book, that's 3 strikes and you're out. So I kicked him. That's when I kicked him from this game. Now, I don't do it lightly. This isn't the first time it's happened on the channel. If you go back, I think it was actually maybe like 6 months ago. So maybe like in the past half a year, back in 2024, we had another player do this. Actually, for all I know, it could be the same player on a different account, but stranger things have happened. But we had another cheater, and I was actually more lenient with that player. I just, he cheated in one game, and then I'm like, I tried to be, open-minded, I guess, and then kept playing the other games. We had several games going at the same time, and he ended up cheating in all of them. So across all of them. That kind of brings me to my next point, which is like, what really happened here? Why restart the turn? And we can kind of like speculate on why he would have restarted. One option, as I already mentioned, is his game just crashed by accident. But given the circumstances, I think it's probably not the case. And I'd also like to point you to another game that I was in with this player, which kind of pushed me over the edge. It is it's number 39 in just the 1v1 series, the regular small map 1v1, number 39. He didn't do anything wrong in that game, but his character name was kind of he named one of his character in that game kind of a sarcastic, passive-aggressive parody of one of my characters. And I believe it's because he lost to this character of mine in a different game recently. So I guess what I'm getting at is it's kind of a toxic thing. I didn't condemn him for that. I let it slide. I didn't mention it at all. But it's kind of like, it makes me want to play even less with him. Anyways, back to the speculation, right? He either cheated. So one thing I thought about is, like, you see the castle of the Lich King here, right? Maybe he just, his units were here last turn. Maybe he attacked here, took the fight, and then it went bad. So then he just kept restarting. The funny thing is, you restarted your turn 3 times. Look at where I am. I'm way back here. It's not like, how much danger are you in, really, right? The game, even if you allow your turn to be skipped at this point, the game's not over. I'm not going to be able to catch you here. He was here. I moved back further because I'm actually playing scared. These cannons are, anyways. On this idea of speculating. Maybe it's out of spite, just like that player 6 months ago who was caught cheating, and then I put my foot down and said you're not allowed to restart your turn. Well, why did he keep doing it across multiple games? It could just be out of spite, and that could be the same thing that happened here. Maybe he saw that he was losing, and then he's just like, okay, he's got that toxic name in the other game. He's just ready to throw up his hands, throw the game. That could be the other option. Anyways, is there anything else I'd like to say about this before we move on? Right, yeah. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks, and given the 2 weeks that have passed, I'm basically trying to give him a chance. And 2 days ago, I sent him a final message saying, I believe I said, you need to make a case for why I should allow you to continue participating in these games. Because, as far as I'm aware, you're not remorseful at all. You actually don't care about the game. All you really care about is winning. And that's what I'd like to say before we move on here is that's what these games are all about on this channel. This whole channel is about pushing the limits of this game. This channel is about exploring the depths of this game, and it's not about winning. These are not, this is not a tournament series or anything. This is just kind of a for fun, exploring the depths of this game and trying to get people to think and trying to get people to, like I said, push the limits of what's possible in this game. And it's about encouraging players to try new strategies and, see what's really possible. Come up with new ideas on how to play. So, if you're a person who cares about game integrity and you believe in getting a fair game, you want a fair game. I think the majority of people want that. These games are for you because restarting your turn, cheating in these games on this channel is not tolerated. It will not be tolerated at all. Let this serve as an example. You will be kicked from the game if you're caught cheating. Now, at this point, normally I would, just like in the other game I mentioned, I left that game, and normally I would leave this game too. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually very curious to see how this fight is going to go. I've been very standoffish, as you saw on the last turn. We have a lot of cannons, but this is a great experiment. How effective are these really? They have to reload in between turns, and then we're facing, a bunch of Shadow Stalkers. Shadow Stalkers, very tanky, very powerful. They hit hard, and the reason I'm waiting back here is because we're waiting for the flame tanks. the fire, the magic damage is what's really kind of, I think, our only counter, as I've been saying this game, against the Stalkers. So maybe that's, maybe we should continue the game now, and I don't know if we'll play it to completion, but I would like to see how this fight goes. Maybe we leave the flame tanks out and see, this would be a great experiment. We can see how this goes. Like I said, these games are not about winning so much, they're about learning and trying new things and testing, trying to see what's really possible. What can you really get away with? So let's get through all this. It looks like, so this has been taken by, now it's not him, right? I'll just reiterate. Like I said, at the start of my turn here, he's been kicked. So the turn was reverted that he took, and then the AI moved for him here. So the AI took this city. Let's just clear through this. Dwelling of Itati Am has a quest. I think we're going to decline that. It's just not on our radar. Fahas has produced a Marauder. Okay, good. We're kind of tossing coin. I think we'll just keep doing that. These Marauders, the idea here is they have cave concealment, so they make good expendable. That was kind of our plan. Send these up here. They're stealth in the underground, and we can use them to scout ahead for us. Village of Roof got a untouchable. Okay. And then we're going for these. It's been, like I said, guys, it's been 2 weeks. I'm a bit like, what was our plan here? Well, I think maybe we're going to look to drop fuel cells here. Metropolis of Youth. Okay, flame tank. Right. We're spamming flame tanks. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Look how high our production is. Wow. Okay. And then flame tank here. Good. Butcher at Ratos. This is kind of not such a great strategy anymore. We wanted to go pikes here, and then maybe include this buff for the pikemen, because he had a dragon dwelling. But we've taken that dwelling, and we're in the process of raising it, and we'll get to that in a second. So he's probably not going to have any more dragons. Well, it's the AI now, so okay, that's fine. Race governance. This is kind of just clear that hero has leveled up. The firebomb is probably a great move here. This too, maybe. We'll hold off. We don't know what we want. The cosmic happening is still active. This is actually, he is evil. He is an evil alignment, our opponent. So the AI now. So it has a, they're suffering a low magic resist, but it's not really gonna. If the flame tanks were up here, it would have been better, but they're not. Okay. Wyvern has hatched. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and equip that, but we maybe don't want to. Well, it's fine. Domain invasion at Zwabi. So finally, these scoundrels, we haven't seen any at all this whole game, and they've popped down. That's interesting. That's interesting. We may need to defend ourselves. Okay. Let's take a look out here. This is kind of what even took here. I don't even think we can. I should have paid more attention at the beginning of this turn. What the? Where did this guy come from? He has a medal. Coming from the surface? I do find it very interesting, because it's not like I said, we kicked AOWe. Actually, I wish this had been an Emperor. I should have. Why did I not make this an Emperor? Maybe I'll change if we continue with more turns after this, which we might have another. It's turn 56. Maybe we'll do 57, 58. Who knows how far we'll go? I'll set it to Emperor. But this is that dragon dwelling. We're raising it. The raise is going to go through. It looks like, speculating why he may have restarted. I wonder if this is it too. Did this have something to do with it? Maybe he realized he's not going to be able to. Who knows, guys? Like you can try to get inside his head, or maybe it's just out of spite, right? But that looks like it's gonna go through. Dora the Explorer, right? By the way, hooray! And then we have drones. Oh, you know, also it's this. We didn't even talk about this. I have 2 drones back here. Well, he got a Forge Priest out. Now I know he had a Stalker back here. Yeah, but we have a drone here. It could even have something to do with this, right? Maybe he threw the game because of this. We have all these drones. Let's see what this is. Where's the core? Oh, it's right here. No, it's right here. It's a bit hard to... It's undefended, looks like. Raise that. Attempt to. There's a cave entrance there. And we'll sit right there. Okay, and then here... I don't think we can do this. Can we? 40 HP. He has fire protection, like... There's no way we're gonna win that. So let's pull this drone up. This is his throne. Well, I mean, he could have concealed units here. Yeah. He's got a stalker here. That's not gonna work. May need to span this. Where do we pull this drone? We're not gonna get out. There's no way to get out here, so keep going. And then disband it. It actually has regrowth. You know what? Oh, guys, I'm stupid. You know, like I said, it's been 2 weeks, so I forgot about all of this, and we have regrowth. We're also lucky. You know, maybe we could have pulled this off here with 2 of them. Now it's like, it's not going to happen. Anyways, disband this. We know he recaptured here, I believe. So with a large group, a full stack, we're not going to be able to deal with that. Can we get out this way? We could. But we could also just keep going here, maybe. Oh, there's another... No, I'm wrong. This is a dead end. But we could just sit right here. I think I'll do that. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Okay, so this is all taken care of with the drones. Now, we need to ensure the raise goes through, so Dora should remain here. We look safe. This has not been touched. That tower could be taken. So now what? We're moving up here. We're advancing. Like I said, maybe this is a good experiment. Maybe, you know, now that it's just, the game is like kind of crappy now. It's over. It's not a real game. It's an AI. Maybe we experiment here. Maybe we go crazy and leave the flame tanks out. So we're going to advance, I guess. Advance as a group. Recharge it. It's not gonna... Dang, is this a bit risky? This is the issue with... Look at this. Look how risky... What have I done? This is why you don't move quickly, but I guess I just don't really care as much now. We kind of messed up here. This is not the way to be positioning. The cannons are now in the front. But, you know, the AI is probably not... The AI is quite stupid in this game, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Even Emperor, right? Emperor, they're given handicaps, but they're just not. They you know, the stalkers could be very strong here, especially with the cannons in the front, right? You could bring the stalkers out and then attack just the cannons. Maybe the cannons get wiped out very quickly because they only have one shot and then they're on cooldown. Anyways, let's just advance and try to do our best to position, I guess. We wanted to use these berries. Can the flame tank, yeah, the flame tank is just shy. What? We have all this here. What was my idea here? Why am I sending this builder? The builder has rugged pioneers, right? Right. But I think I'll just go this way and just build a road here. We should probably kind of group up here and then use the berries next turn as a group. This should advance. I mean, like I said, guys, I don't know. You know, it's the excitement has all just been sucked out of this game because it's like, you know, what's the point of playing against the AI? I will mention I don't know when I will publish it, if ever, but I do have kind of a challenge run against the AI that I've been, you know, I've been playing it not recently, but it's up to like turn 50, around turn 50. So kind of like this, but it's a challenge run against a bunch of Emperor AIs. Maybe I'll publish that at some point. But you know, the AI, and you know, especially in that game, you'll see the AI is not good at all. Not good at all. What is this? Okay, maybe this is okay. Where can these end? We need to be intelligent here. Like, okay, the goblins can go there, obviously, on the wetlands. The machines cannot. The machines... Guess these guys go here and then what here, but then, oh, right. We can actually get some, okay, we can see everything. So the AI has, yeah, as kind of expected, the AI has brought the units back to the city to defend. It's kind of an expected thing. And then, you know, the stalkers are here. Where's that other hero? Maybe it's over on the other side. There was like a hero here that he had escaped from the dwelling here. See how, like, the AI could have killed this guy. This is actually kind of a mistake by me. I left this guy up last turn because there's so much to think about, and I forgot to disband, maybe. This guy should be gone, but the AI is not thinking about that. How do we want to... It's going to have to be here. I'm put Nyla there. So just like this, I guess. We'll just sit here. It looks like. Gotta be careful. My FPS, you know, this is the thing with the game crashing. My FPS is so low, and if you've been following this game, you know But I think part of what helps is just moving slowly. You know, don't be scrolling around and clicking things so quickly. Take it easy. Can help prevent hang-ups. Is this like, you know, I could have distributed this all better, but I don't think the AI is going to be. I mean, you never know, right? Like, actually, this is really a bit reckless, I would say. Only because, like, say the AI is intelligent and then they attack this group, the battle takes place here, right? Adjacent hex rule. These stacks get brought in, and then these guys are on the outside. So these heroes are not participating. It's kind of a mistake. The hero should be, you know, more centralized. So like here. But it's kind of, we just can't do it. You know. I could put these guys here, but then they're not, the muskets don't benefit from the Imperial authority. That is kind of a, I don't know, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. Now, these guys. These can get brought up. This is also iffy, right? Like I wouldn't be so keen to do this because against a player, I mean, like, so I bring these guys up here, but then you can split stack, right? So if a smart player could swing this way and then attack here, then only these. So that's why it's very important. Like, I think in theory, the way you should be moving your forces in the very late game is you need the strongest units in the very center and then surround them and then move like this. So you move as a group of 7, right? 7 hexes with the strongest in the center. So no matter where you get attacked from, the strongest get pulled into that fight. The initial fight. So there is kind of like, yeah, there is like a theory to it. Maybe we should be a bit like, why do I want to force it? Maybe I should just sit right here with these guys. If they get taken out, well, you know, you're gone. You know, the AI will be blown away because we'll just surround them here. So sit here, separated. Is this done? Sit like that. That's fine. And then this needs to, we already advanced that. This is kind of bad because we're hanging here. You know, it's possible the bandits take us here. In fact, I'm thinking, you know, how much risk am I? I don't think I'm at risk back here. I should move this guy here. I think so. Just because of these bandits. I could have even done this. No, not really. Okay, and then shield. Yeah, shield takes priority. Okay. Am I going to leave these guys here? Yeah, I think so. Bring them up, though. Sit here. Be ready to move out. Move out. Now this thing. Oh, this is here. All right. Oh, right. This was taken by our opponent maybe like 3 turns ago or something. We're going to see if we can see if it's defended or not. It looks empty. That's kind of huge. That's kind of huge. Okay. Well, we're neutral. What action do we take here? Absorption. You know, this is, we could think about this maybe, absorption. So the Naga. Naga versus like a late game rogue. How beneficial is this? Regrowth. Innately. Regrowth innately. They have a frost weakness. That's already telling me no, right? The Shadow Stalkers have a hybrid frost attack. Frost weakness. Yeah, so don't bother with that. Just vassalize them. Okay, and then this guy. Yeah, this guy. Where does this guy go? We can deny the berries, but we could also... Oh no, how is Dora going to reach here? We're too slow. It's not going to happen. You know, he had another... he had a dragon here. Now that you think about it, when we captured this, which was it last turn? It was last turn, wasn't it? Like I said, guys, maybe he threw the game. He restarted his turn out of spite. He's just trying to throw the game because it's like this has been taken. Maybe he sees that he can't take it back. This is fine. I mean, we'll just maybe bring one group up. Oh, no. This is fine. We'll just sit like this, I guess. Where should this go? We could deny the berries, maybe? Like, why do I need those berries? I think we might, just for science, like, because I was super hesitant this game. We'll see how the cannons perform here without any flame tanks. And no engineers, nobody to reload. This guy... maybe we take this. Let's take this tower. Okay. Just bring this back here. We have another... Oh, right, we brought more... There's a lot going on here. There's certainly a lot. Maybe that's how we do. The AI is also, I found, to be kind of stupid with the berries. They don't take them all very often. It's kind of like hit or miss. Who are you? Oh, right, we can kind of bring this guy up. Just sit right here. I don't know. We'll just keep going with that. Okay, guys, I think that looks like everything. Research. Just keep going for the Chthonic Guardian, I guess. Now, this is a 1, 2. That's fine. Yeah. We'll hit the berries next turn as a group. Let's just get a quick overview on the city. Where are we at? We're at 34 minutes. 34 minutes. I think I'm fine with that. Hopefully the AI is like... I think they might be a bit standoffish here, but we don't know. You know, you never know. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that the game has kind of that this has all happened the way it has. You know, one last thing to say, and maybe I forgot to mention it because it is kind of, like I said, it's been 2 weeks. I was kind of to be honest, I was kind of dreading having to make this video because there's so much to like explain and so much surrounding it. Like, even just having to talk about Iron Man mode and why we use it. and why game integrity is important. But I think I may have forgot to mention that this, in the entire course of what's happened, I had zero communication from the other player. So it is, I do try to give all players the benefit of the doubt, and really, I'm trying to give you a chance. I'm trying to give you a chance to come clean and do the right thing. But the fact that there was just zero communication on his part, in all the messages I sent, it's like talking to a wall. There's zero response. It's been 2 weeks since the incident, and yeah, no apology, no remorse, no communication. Why would I play with you at this point? You need to come forward, and that's why I sent you a message 2 days ago, a final message, because the onus is on you at this point. You need to come and prove. You need to prove to me that you're not going to cheat anymore, because otherwise, there's no reason to include you in these games. All players in this game deserve a fair game. Yeah, so if you care about game integrity, and that's you're a player and you're passionate about the game, you share this idea of pushing the limits of the game, coming up with new strategies, theory crafting, and all this. These are the games for you. I will, if you're caught cheating, I give you a chance, because it is just the unfortunate consequence of this game. Sometimes your game does crash, and but you're not allowed, at the end of the day, you're not allowed to restart your turn. And the way we combat that is, you as a player, we have to as all players, we have to take a pact to allow the turn to be skipped, no matter what the reason that your game crashes. It's the only way to ensure integrity in these games. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in turn 57.